I want to talk about some of the Facebook ad strategies that we quit using, and I would recommend that you stop using too. These are strategies that worked in the past, but so far they're kind of dying out. And a lot of it has to do with these iOS changes, but some of these are just outdated, and I would recommend trying some other tactics. So tune in. I'm going to talk about the things that we quit using, and I will talk about some of the things that we have now replaced, some different strategies we replaced with the things that we stopped using. My name is Kevin Schrage. I am the owner and founder of Brand Arrow. We are a marketing agency that help businesses grow with high performance marketing. So let's get started here. So one of the big things that we stopped doing is narrow targeting. Now, when I talk about narrow targeting, is whenever you're creating a cold interest audience, especially like Facebook ads, and you narrow it down to the exact specific person that you think should be buying your product. So we typically never really did this, and we don't like doing it now, especially because it's really restricting our ads and costing our ad to increase. Especially at the beginning when you don't really know your audience yet. Especially like when you're choosing age, don't try to like be super narrow with it unless you know you are definitely going after 40-year-olds or a very specific number. Try to narrow that audience a little bit on age, maybe narrow it a little bit on location. Also, try not to narrow it down too much whenever you're creating your audience and making sure that you're getting very specific. Keep it a little bit broad. Once you have some ads that are working, it's okay to test some different audiences, but simply just test those audiences and don't rely on it being very specific to the ads that you're running. So we'd like to be around 1 million or above, even up to 5 million in the audience, but don't be too afraid to go broad. Facebook is getting really good at finding the perfect person for your ads, and sometimes it just takes time to mature your campaigns until it starts working really well. So that was the one thing that we quit doing. Another thing that I wouldn't say quit doing, but we're making a shift in this, and that is videos. We are starting to move away from the high production videos. Well, when I say high production, videos that, we do a lot of editing in and trying to make it look a nice looking video. We're seeing a lot of success with, TikTok is actually a culprit of this, is the portrait style, selfie style videos that can be a TikTok style video, but you're recording videos very raw and real, just you talking to the camera or you recording something with your phone and just kind of being natural and real with it. And if you need some inspiration on this, highly recommend watching Reels if you're on Instagram. But if you don't have TikTok, check out the TikTok. Warning, don't get sucked in because those videos can suck you in. Next thing you know, 2 hours later, you're still watching TikTok. So definitely take some inspiration from these videos and find some ideas on how you can record some videos similar to that. Very short, 15 second, 30 second, and the max I believe on Reels is 60 seconds, so nothing above that. But try some of those portrait style videos and just kind of wing it and test them. No longer need to have this fancy camera and production team and all that. Actually, those probably, I would guess, might even perform worse today than just recording some videos with your cell phone and portrait style. So high production videos, don't recommend it. They are very expensive and you can get away with lower production. Just make sure they're entertaining. The other thing that we stopped doing is, and this is a big common thing, we stopped relying on the Facebook pixel. And this has everything to do with iOS. The tracking there is just horrible. So if you are not doing this, make sure you have a conversion API set up. There's a lot of different ways to do this. So sometimes the software that you're using will have a conversion API. You may need to use something like Zapier to set up a CAPI. Facebook has another CAPI. It's kind of complex in my opinion, but you need to have a conversion API set up to get accurate data back into Facebook. And if you don't do this, your campaigns will definitely suffer because they're not going to have the information that Facebook needs to adjust the campaigns. So don't rely on the pixel anymore. Plain and simple. Conversion API, you need to learn it and get it set up for your ads. The other thing we stopped using is, and this is actually one that you can still test on, but we kind of moved away from it, is using the Facebook lead ads. They work for certain circumstances, and the good thing about Facebook lead ads is the data is very accurate because people don't leave the app. And these are ads where you have a call to action, they click on a button, and the form will pop up in Facebook. Facebook populates the form, and the person and usually the fields get populated with the information. They just press enter, and they become a lead. The reason why we don't like this is because people end up filling these forms out, not even thinking, pressing a button, and next thing you know, a lead comes through. You're trying to get in touch with them, and they are like, dude, I did not fill this out. I don't know who you are. Really, really bad quality leads. So if you have a great team to follow up on those, or if you had a lot of time to follow up on those, and you're okay with a bunch of bad leads and sifting through them, you can still use those lead forms, but we are kind of moving away from it, and maybe some special circumstances using them, but focusing really on getting people to a landing page and converting there. And the last thing, this is something that's really basic, but just giving up too soon. I've been doing this a long time. I've been doing the marketing gig for over, I think, 16, 17 years now. And the thing that always gets campaigns working very, very, very well is lots of testing, persistence, and just keeping at it. Very, very rarely will you have a campaign just crushing it out the gates. I mean, you'll have stuff performing out the gates, but to get to those high return on your ad spend campaigns that can scale to millions of dollars, those take a lot of effort, a lot of time, and just keeping at it and being persistent, testing lots of different messages, testing things within your funnel, just fine tuning everything. And, sometimes you'll get stuff that sometimes just right place, right time, and they will just be on fire and they'll work without a lot of effort. But from my experience, people just give up too soon. They'll spend $500, maybe even spend $5,000 and not see, a ton of profit from it and just give up on it. But if you just stay at it and really look at your numbers and fine tune things, you can scale these campaigns into the millions. And I mean, you can scale them pretty quickly overnight almost if you just stay at it and find what works. And once you find what works, you'll know it. You will know it. So those are things that we stop using and we don't suggest using. I appreciate if you give this video a like, subscribe if you're interested in getting more marketing related videos just like this one. We'll release a video once a week here on YouTube. Do subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell so you can get more videos. I appreciate everyone sticking around. Thank you for watching the video.